back with another video, and today's gonna be another story time. It's gonna be a sensitive topic. I was debating to basically say it, tell the story or not, but basically the story time gonna be how I lost two of my brothers in 2 years, basically. So I hope y'all like the video. If I do, subscribe, hit the bell and all that. But yeah, let's hop right into the video. Alright, so we're gonna start off with it was 2016 when my oldest brother passed away of something with his heart. So it was me. It was a Saturday morning. It was me, my mom, my sister. We was going to my grandma's house. My dad was at work when my mom got a call, and out of nowhere we were just chilling in the car. We listening to music, and out of nowhere my mom basically she started driving fast as hell and started going crazy, basically driving fast as hell. And she just started crying out of nowhere, so we was confused what was going on. And she was driving, and then my sister kept saying, what's going on, and then she was like, he died. It was like, we was like, who? And then she kept going, and then he kept going, and then she told us it was big brother that died. It didn't hit me because I didn't believe it at first, so it didn't hit me until I reckon until later on the drive when we picked up my dad and stuff, and it was later on driving that actually hit me that he's gone. So yeah, I started bawling and everything because that shit actually hit me hard. And then we went to the hospital and all that. I couldn't be in the room for less than 5 seconds before I had a panic, basically a mental breakdown and panic attack mixed together. I couldn't breathe for nothing. So we was there for a while. Everybody, at that moment, I didn't know what to do. I was just hurt as hell. And basically, and that was my my 7th grade year when that happened, and I was basically hurt to death. And he was only 35. Only 35. And then basically that was the year when everything changed for me. That was the year when this is sensitive topic, but yeah, that was the year when I basically turned depressed and shit, and basically I didn't give a fuck about the world anymore. So keep going. Everybody knew that basically I was hurt because I couldn't be in the room. First time I walked in the room, I automatically fell to the floor, and it hurts me just to see my brother laying there dead. That's what really hurted me the most, knowing that I'm not gonna be able to see him face to face ever again. And then when the funeral day comes, we in the funeral, I had to keep going in and out because I kept having basically anxiety attack. I kept having that, and I couldn't breathe, so they kept making me come go out, get some air, and I come back because I couldn't handle it. And I was just fucked up. I couldn't take this shit no more, so I kept. And so when the funeral shit happened, when we was burying his body, I was basically still in the car, and then I got out. When they started burying his body, I was hurt, and then after we took pictures and stuff. Oh yeah, and then that's the year when my oldest brother had died of something with his heart. And that was the year when everything went south for me. I took a bad road. I basically took a bad road, started fighting most of everybody. Most of y'all not know. I started trying to fight everybody. And a lot of people don't know this, but I was in a deep like deep path. I started basically like drinking, smoking, all that shit a lot because I was like basically hurt. I was in deep path, and I tried to fight everybody and get fucked about nothing. I basically just hated the world. So, and no one knew this. Matter of fact, no one knew this. Only, only a couple people knew this, but yeah. So, the next year comes when basically like trying to. Basically, I was getting better than before how it was. I started like basically trying to get back to my old self, and then a couple of days it was eighth grade. I think it was in December. Was it? Yeah, I think it was in December. It was me. Everybody was home, and it was me and my second oldest brother, his son, my mom, my dad, my oldest brother. We was all at home, like chilling, right? Just normal night. It was at nighttime, just normal night. And then we just hear like a banging at the door. So we went, open it. My brother was all like in the back room, like in the back. My mom opened the door. I was standing right next to her. And I was like, blah, blah, this and that. It's Mo in here. And since he was like, our like basic family was like, no. And all that. And she was like, blah, blah, this and that. We have a warrant for his arrest. And it was like, he live here, so why y'all here? And basically, it was like, okay, they was like, blah, blah, this and that. So when we shut the door, they started having like flashlights go through our windows and everything, people around the house. So, and mind y'all, this is next year after my oldest brother just died. And so, and these two I was really close with. Because one of them, the one saying it right now, he's the one that basically got me into playing sports. He's the one that coached me how to play basketball and everything. And the one before, he was like, basically, he was the person that helped me with my problems and everything. So, so basically they was going through our windows and everything. And my brother, he already knew that he was like basically like hugging his kid, saying goodbye and stuff and all that. Basically said he'll see him later. And the part that hurt me is when, cause I never like, only time I see my brother like sad and stuff is like when we have a death in family or something like that. But when my brother said that he'll see, like he hugged his son, like instead said I'll see you later, and he like you can and see his face, and he said had tears, and I was like right there, so I was like basically like saying like what the fuck, and then he looked at me and he said you ain't know what's about to go down. He said I'll catch you later. So he took all his jewelry and stuff off and went out, and since because he didn't want like basically problem going on with the cops at our house, so he just went out. So he left. So they took him, and basically, damn. Um, so basically, they pressed. I'm not gonna say what he was charged for, but he was charged. And when the court date came, we thought we was trying to have him come. When the court date came, um, mind you, we in a federal court. So they charged him with a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't do, none of that shit. It was the basically, and then they charged him with basically 10 years, basically 5 to 10 years in prison. And basically, I'm not gonna be able to see him until like I'm 14 right now, and I'm probably not gonna see him while I'm like 20, 21, or 24. That's when I'm probably gonna see him. I'm gonna be grown next time I see him. Next time he's out and I see him face to face, like we can act like see him face to face and like everything. So we in federal court and that all that. So you already know our emotions is high as hell, is high right now and pissed. So my family and everybody, we already all mad and pissed off in federal court. And the other family that walked out, we just basically just start going higher. I don't know why, but my recording just suddenly stopped. I'm sorry. But like I was saying, basically our family was really hidden everything, like mad, sad, all mixed kind of emotions. and we walked down. The other family walked out with us. So we in federal court. So we start going off and everything. We trying to fight them, mind you. We had where we was fighting at. It was like we was up high as hell, and it was like a little small ass hill, so you can easily look over or fall over. And so we was going at it. We was shoving, pushing each other, and everything. And then what we know, we turn around, we just see like 30 or 40 cops running towards us out the elevator. So when we started dipping, we started basically walking away, leaving. When we just hear like one of the walkie-talkies and said, "Don't let them leave." And was like, "What the fuck?" So when we were walking towards the door to leave, they basically shut the door and locked it and said we can't leave. So we was basically pissed off and everything. So we was yelling, cussing everything out. And mind you, this is a year after my oldest brother just died. So I'm basically trying to like get back to how it was. Everything that's fucking happening ain't making it like basically happen for me. So when all this bullshit happened and all that, well, when we finally left, I basically couldn't go back to my old self because everything that been happening, I couldn't go back. So basically started doing what I did last year all over again. Cause I just lost someone else I was close to. And so that shit hurted me also bad. So I started basically doing how it was before. I would get distant with people, barely talked, always walked around like right now. But it wasn't like but I didn't like normally I don't be like wearing hoods 24/7. But I used to always walk around with all black hoodie on, like with no design, no nothing. All black hoodie on, black jeans, black everything. Used to talk to nobody, always had headphones and stuff, listen to music, everything. And I used to always basically no one knew this, like my couple of my friends did, but my parents and nobody knew that I at night I used to just like smoke and basically drink just to get my pain away and everything. And all, cause I was at the spot. I just said fuck the world because they just took two of my brothers. One I'm not gonna be able to see ever again, and the other one I'm not gonna see until I'm grown. So I'm basically hurt as hell, and I basically have no one to talk to at the time. So I basically had all these emotions hit like basically inside me, tearing apart. So I had no one to talk to. So and then the part, mind you, this is based on my I want to say first love, but it's basically I was like, you can say I was kind of in love with the person, right? And then, boom, cheated on me, everything. That also added to the pain that I already had losing two brothers in 2 years. And I also find out I'm getting cheated on with a girl that I actually did love. So, all that mixed together, yeah, I was depressed. Everything started drinking, smoking, all that went down a dark path. Started finding people Started like basically fighting people for fun, everything. Didn't give two fucks of what I did, or got in trouble for. So I started stealing everything, and nobody knows this because this is a topic I really don't tell people. And I don't know if I'm gonna post this or not. So yeah, so then I started going down a dark path and everything. So basically, I basically lost one brother to something with heart, and the part that scares me and him is like basically has something to do with his heart. And me, when I was born, I was born with like an actual hole inside my heart, like an actual hole in my heart, and something was wrong with his heart. And me and him was born the same exact way, and he died when he was 34. So in my head, when that happened, I was like, so is that same shit gonna happen to me when I'm 34? Because we were born the same exact way with holes in our hearts. It was only me and him were born with a hole in our heart. And so that's what was running through my mind. And when I actually started like getting better, boom, the other shit happened to my brother. That put me down in the back and basically back in that hole. And then, boom, that happened with the girl. That put me deeper back in the hole. So I just started being distant, didn't talk to nobody, didn't do shit, try to fight people 24/7, drunk, smoke, all that bullshit, steal everything. 'Cause I was in a dark place. I didn't understand. Like, I basically didn't. I basically just said fuck the world, I don't care what happens to me, none of that. because I really did it at the time. So basically I just went down a dark path, didn't give a fuck. I stopped playing basketball for a little bit and everything until I realized everything snapped back to me and said, I have to do everything for those two, because if I knew they wouldn't, if they knew what I was going, basically what I was doing, everything, they'd be trying to beat the shit out of me because they know why would I be doing that? Just do it for them and all that. So that's why. So basically, that's why I kind of switch, like kind of. I used to all when I kind of like getting back into it, like being back into my old self, and then boom, and then we kept going, and I started like building myself back up. Basically, started getting back to my old self, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not fully there to my old self before. I'm still like 50-50. I'm not to my old self before, because my old self always used to be like happy, laughing, 24/7, like basically like a joyful person. I'm like the 50-50 type person right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm basically like 50-50. Yes, I'm still hurting because I can't see the people see my brothers I actually like love and shit face to face. One of them I can't see anymore, and the other one I'm not gonna see until I'm grown. So yeah, I still hurt. Yeah, I put on like face smiles, laughs, and everything, but that's what normal people do when they hurt, because they don't want like show like basically how people like worry about them. So yeah, sometimes you don't know if I'm really laughing and smiling, or if it's just a fake smile or laugh, just so y'all don't know that I'm hurting. But in reality, it's like 50-50. It's basically like like human nature, and y'all know the feeling if y'all just lost two brothers in 2 years, back to back in 2 years, and find out the girl that you love, bro, basically was cheating on you with your own homeboy that you knew since first grade. Since first grade, bro. He was like a brother to me, and all that shit mixed together. Yeah, I was going down. Yeah, I went down to a dark path. No one knew and stuff. But yeah. But that's gonna end. I don't know if I'm gonna post this, but yeah, that's gonna end the story time. But I was just like basically just saying my dark, how I went. Basically, I was just talking about my how I went down a dark path. So, on my brother, yeah, basically. But I hope y'all liked the video. If I did, like, subscribe, hit the bell, share with your friends, everything. But yeah, we're back. We out.